What's going on, everyone? AntCap24 here from Playbook.gg, and in today's video I'm going to show you what my favorite play was in Madden 19 and how it still works in today's game. Now, if this is the first time checking out our channel and you want to win more games playing Madden, hit that subscribe button below. Don't forget to also click that bell icon to make sure you never miss any of our videos. So the play we're going to be looking at is called X-Dig. This can be found in 3 different playbooks. It can be found in the Chargers, the Buccaneers, and the Vikings. Last year it was found in a few other playbooks and they took them out, so I was kind of a little disappointed that we weren't able to use this play a little bit more extensively, but because it is kind of only found in 3, it's going to be a little bit less common that you see it, so definitely want to show it to you. Now, what I really love about this play, it has some great routes, and I'm just going to show it to you basically stock first and what you like to do with each route, and depending on what you're facing, we're going to look at different things, okay? First route we're going to look at is this B receiver. He has that outside release type of fade route that if people get aggressive on pressing, or if you have a deep route runner that's got the Julio type of route running, the deep route running that meets over the threshold, this is really, really tough to stop because it's off of the line, okay? The second route I want to show you is the X route. It's a 18-yard dig route that basically goes to about 20 because of the way that the player runs it. So it's something that gets behind your linebacker level and it's an easy throw. And then you have these really nice A and Y routes that can really, depending on situations, can really help you out. So I'm going to show you how it is stock, things I like to do with it stock. Then I'll kind of show you the couple different setups that I like to do just to kind of get the user to basically have to go certain ways and whatnot. So the first thing I want to show you against is basically man press. What you're going to see here, a lot of people, if they're just going to man press, they're not going to do anything. You're going to see how the B is going to absolutely torch the player over the top, right? It's going to get that easy release. We're going to throw it over the top. We're going to get that touchdown, okay? Now, most people that are playing man press know that they just can't play man press. They're going to probably play over the top. They're going to try to do outside coverage, inside coverage, whatever the case is, right? So let's go back to Overstorm Brave. And then I'm going to do over the top this time, okay? Now, over the top, it's going to do, and I want to show you here on instant replay just to make sure that you see the difference. Without playing over the top, you can see we're going to get an instant win. This guy's going to get out over there, and he's just going to go by him. See how he's behind him at least 5 yards? I could have thrown a bullet pass behind him and had an easy catch, right? Well, with over the top, the guy's going to play a little more of a slide step, and you're going to see that we can still beat him if we've got a guy that's got more speed, but you're going to throw it down the field more often. So let me just kind of show it to you here. See how he slide steps? He gives a little bit less thing. And you can see how he's kind of staying with him. It's not that you can't beat him. It's just that you're going to have the speed threshold is going to have to be much higher as far as separation, right? But what I like about this is when people do that, right? You can obviously tell when they're doing this type of coverage. What you're going to do here, we're going to get these guys pressed. And we're going to do over-the-top coverage. All right, so you got these guys. This is where these two routes come in, the A and the Y. If they're playing over-the-top coverage, they're going to play off of these guys a little bit more. And what you're going to see is that the Y route is going to be a great route that you're just going to throw right on its button. And you can get your 6-7 yards. If a user jumps that side of the field, typically when they're sending the house, they've got one player to cover. So it's not like, you can kind of see it really easily. And typically they're going to cover the play or the player that's on the running back, so McCourty here. So just in general, it's not going to be as much of a prevalent because we're going to block our running back in this situation. But watch what Hooper does as well. He's going to go outside, and then he's going to just turn around, and we're going to throw it to him as well. And a lot of times you're able to cut it in because of the way the route is. If you time it right, you're going to see that he is going to be able to get some extra yards because the angle goes to the outside. He turns. When he catches it, he's actually going towards the middle, and so he gets that animation. And a lot of times you're able to turn it back inside, okay? So it's a really great, quick-hitting man beater. Something that we all need, right? So that's what I like against man press. Now, when we go against cover 3, I'll just go ahead and get cover 3 out there. What I like to do is look for this X receiver, okay? Now, there's 2 things. I can leave this stock and say you thought it was man press and end up being cover 3. The Y is going to pull down coverage, and then you're going to see as soon as he does his break, you're going to be able to hit that guy right in that little spot. The only difference is we didn't have anybody pushing back the middle safety. So if you want to put the A on a streak, that's going to help you with pushing back the middle safety. And you're going to see that now we pull the coverage. You're going to throw this ball right in here and get that catch, okay? Real easy catch, real easy play. The only difference is that you're trying to now get the user to get out of the way, okay? So what I like to do a lot is if I see that I got an aggressive user, I'm going to put the A on a streak, the Y on a drag. And what that's going to do is going to give me a high-low between the Y and the X. And so if the user wants to stay back on the X, we're just going to throw it down underneath to the Y, catch the ball, get up the field, get our easy yards, right? Something that you want them to force down on the Y. Once they force themselves down on the Y, or at least try to play the difference between the two, you know you have them, right? So basically something like this. I'll go ahead and just make sure that this is the user. I'm going to have him follow the Y. Give, the best option for them to still cover the left side of the field. This guy goes this way. You're going to see here, now we're going to throw it to this X receiver, and you got that catch, right? So it's a really nice 1-2 punch. So that's how it goes against cover 3. We can go against cover 2, and it's going to be very similar. We can leave it stock. If we leave it stock, we're going to do the same thing where the Y is going to pull down coverage. And then you're going to see here, you're going to be able to throw this ball to this guy right here and make the catch, okay? Now, that's a little bit of a tighter throw. Typically speaking, if you go ahead and, I'm just doing step by step here, you go ahead and put the A on the streak. What you're going to do is you're going to get that mid-read to play a little bit more towards that side. And now you're going to get that X a little bit more open, right? So now you've got that guy, right? So just by adding the streak on the field, you're able to do that. Now you could do the same thing against cover 2 where you're going against the streak and putting the Y on the drag. And again, what you're seeing is that the A is going to pull the cover 2 player. And now you're going to do this is throw it right here and get that catch, right? So you've got a lot of different options when it comes to cover 3, cover 2 using these situations. One of my favorite applications for this play is when people get aggressive on cover 2. Okay, what I mean by that is, I'm just going to kind of mimic here, where they're going to take these guys and they're sending them both sides, right? And they're in a cover 2 shell. A lot of times what they're going to do is they're going to move these guys down, they're going to move these guys down, and they're going to roam the middle of the field with this guy, right? It's going to end up looking something like this. You'll see this on like pinch press 2 at a 3-4, maybe even nickel normal, whatever the case may be. What I like to do about this is now I'm going to leave it exactly the same way, just block my running back. This A and Y are really, really nice routes to make the user have to pick a player to cover. So a lot of times I'm just going to throw A right on this. That outside release towards the sideline is absolutely money against your cover 2 blitzes. So if people are doing cover 2 blitzes against you, this is one of the first things I would do. When I say cover 2, when they're sending 6 players, they're sending both edges, just say like dime press 2 or whatever the case may be, when they're sending everybody at you and you need a play, you can basically do either or. Now, if say we're going to go ahead and mimic that he's going to cover the tight end, now you're going to look at this and you can see here, this guy's open. So it's a really quick hitter. It's like, at a point where you don't have to really, even block your running back in this situation, right? So like if you were to do something like this and you know that they're coming, a lot of times what I'm going to do is I'm going to wheel my running back and move him to this side because I want the user to go that way, right? So if that's the case, they're coming at you. You've seen what they've done, and this is their main defense, or they know that they're coming at you like this way. If I can get the user to kind of just go to the left here, then, it's an easier throw. Like, I don't have to block anybody. I'm just throwing this, right? So just want to make sure that you see applications for this play and why the routes are so special stock-wise. My favorite type of setup is a lot of times, if they're sending the house or whatever the case is, to be able to do these. But if they start backing off coverage, a lot of times all I'm going to do is basically, I'll even max protect, move these guys over. And a lot of times what I'm going to show you is that when I go against, like say cover 3, doesn't really matter, the user's going to cover the Y and I'm going to hit the X. So just a lot of little things and I got max protection, max protection, max protection. Now I'm throwing this ball over the middle of the field because we've cleared the user away because they don't know. We've got 2 streaks on the outside, it looks like, and a slant, and you can be able to hit that. So this play is just really versatile. It's something that if you mix into your arsenal, if you're doing like a CFM, if you got a custom playbook, or just you're interested in one of these other playbooks, It's a play that you could build around, and one that I've always gone to as a blitz speeder because of the angles of these two routes on A and Y, and the fact that they have to respect the B on its route, right? And then when they start taking away from the man press type deal and they start getting into coverage, this, X route is just amazing, something that you're going to mix in. So just kind of want to throw you something that I liked really a lot in Madden 19 that I haven't had a whole lot more chance to run it in Madden 20 because I haven't really been in the playbooks yet that it's in, but wanted to guys give you a little bit of that. We appreciate you all, and we'll catch you on tomorrow's video. Now, if you like this video, go ahead and hit that subscribe button and make sure you check out these videos below for the most helpful Madden tips. If you're looking to learn from the best players in the world, head over to www.playbook.gg for the most detailed game plans in Madden.